Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, July 30th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Barbados will clear its debts to the CARICOM Development Fund. Prime Minister Mia Mottley today gave this assurance as she addressed the organization's 8th annual meeting of contributors and development partners at Accra Beach Hotel and Spa. Barbados owes the fund approximately $14.8 million.
And Barbados will honor its obligations before the end of this second cycle, in spite of being in an IMF program, because fundamentally our future is inextricably linked to a successful CARICOM single market and single economy. It's not an easy task, and we're working with the fund now to determine how best we can settle those arrears which we've inherited.
A Christchurch man is nursing injuries after being shot near his residence at 2nd Avenue, Vauxhall, around 9:10 p.m. on a Monday. He is 47-year-old Chesterfield Hayward. According to police, Hayward was sitting on a bench in a track with some men when they spotted a group of men walking down the track towards an unoccupied house. The men approached Hayward and a scuffle ensued, during which 2 loud explosions were heard. Hayward suffered injuries to his right elbow and left hip. He was transported to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance. Anyone with information that can assist investigations should contact the Oistins Police Station at 418-2608, Police Emergency at 211, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477, or any police station. In other news, this Tuesday, government will soon govern the collection of all personal data. That's the word from Small Business and Commerce Minister Dwight Sutherland as he piloted the Data Protection Bill 2019 in Parliament today. Sutherland, who noted that the data of citizens must not be misused, said the new bill will regulate the collection, processing, and the use of personal data to protect the privacy of individuals.
This legislation, Mr. Speaker, seeks to make our data protection laws fit for the digital age. And indeed, it will empower individuals to take control of their personal data and support businesses in their various operations. In essence, Mr. Speaker, this government will ensure through this bill, and when this legislation is enacted, it will govern the collection, use, and disclosure of individuals' personal data by organizations in a manner that recognizes both the rights of the individual to protect their personal data and also in a manner that recognizes the need of the organizations to collect, use, and disclose personal data for the purposes only that a reasonable person will consider appropriate.
In his contribution to the debate, Labour Minister Colin Jordan stressed that government has a duty to protect the privacy of its citizens.
And I think that the whole issue of privacy is one that we have to do more than pay lip service to. As individuals, we have a right to be able to determine what information goes to the public, what information is available in whatever area it is available, and what information I would want to keep private to myself, to my household, to my immediate family. There is a responsibility that a state, in my view, has to a person, an individual, a citizen, a resident, an immigrant. There is an obligation to respect the privacy of individuals.
There's regional and international news after this short break. Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back to Regional Happenings Now. Jamaica's Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett is in the dark about plans by a team of investors to take over the operations of Fly Jamaica. The airline had ceased operations back in March.
The team, which includes Jamaican aviation veteran Glenn Logan, assumed control of the airline last week from Guyanese operators Paul and Roxanne Reese. TVJ News sought a response from Mr. Bartlett during a news conference yesterday.
We haven't gotten that information yet. We read it in the papers like everybody else, so we're not able to react as yet. But if indeed what is written in the paper is true, then that's good news.
The new owners of the airline say flights are scheduled to resume in September.
And further afield, the wife of Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has applied for a forced marriage protection order in England's High Court in relation to one of her 2 children. We get more in this report from Reuters Television.
The wife of Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has applied to a British court for what's called a forced marriage protection order. It's a British legal measure designed to protect someone who says they were forced into marriage from harassment or threats. Princess Haya bint Al Hussein, the half-sister of Jordan's King Abdullah, also asked for wardship of her children and a non-molestation order. No other details are known, and it's not clear whom the marriage protection pertains to. The UAE embassy declined comment, and while she attended court, he did not. The BBC reports that the children left Dubai with her, and the Sheikh has applied for their return. If Princess Haya ran away from the Sheikh's court, she appears not to be the first to do so. One of Sheikh Mohammed's daughters by a different wife is believed to be being held incommunicado in an undisclosed location in the UAE. Sheikh Latifah tried to flee Dubai on a boat that was then intercepted. She was forcibly returned to the emirate. 70-year-old Sheikh Mohammed has more than 20 children by different wives. Princess Haya is believed to be his 6th wife.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates or like us on Facebook and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izuni Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.